Hey everybody, it's Mike Brown with Votel, and today I got Randy with All About Hail, and we're going to be going over his AI agents. Randy, why don't you go ahead and share some stuff about yourself?
Well, I'm a master of hail repair on vehicles. So we travel around the country and we have teams that go out and fix hail for people that have hail damage in different communities.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so we're creating this first hail damage AI agent right here. It's going to be dealing with his customers. It's going to be dealing with insurance reps. And once he gets this working perfect in his business, he's going to be out there reselling it to other hail businesses. Let's kind of dive in. I'm going to show you a quick overview of what we built here, and then we'll go ahead and make some changes together. First things first, this AI agent is going to start whenever there's a call that comes in. So we got this trigger of conversation started. After that, it's going to say, thank you for calling Dentrust. My name is Dixie. It's going to be asking, are you representing an insurance company or are you looking to have your vehicle repaired? Depending on what they say there, it's going to go down a different branch. So if they say they need their vehicle repaired, we're going to be asking them, we're going to tell the AI to respond to the customer and ask something like, have you stopped by for a free evaluation? And they're going to say, yes, I already stopped by, or no, not yet. Long story short, if they already stopped by, we're going to tell them, okay, great. We're going to connect you with one of the reps. It's going to do call forwarding. If it's outside business hours or no one answers, we're going to go ahead and capture a message and send an email. So let's go ahead and test that out right now and see what that sounds like so people can kind of get a feel for that. Let me start up the test mode.
Thank you for calling Dentrust. My name is Dixie. May I ask whether you are representing an insurance company or looking to have your vehicle's hail repaired?
I need to get my vehicle repaired.
Great. Have you had a chance to stop by for a free evaluation yet? It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and we can show you all your options without any pressure.
Already stopped by.
Great to hear. Before I transfer you to Randy, are there any questions you might have that I can answer?
Yeah, is this going to make my insurance, price of insurance go up?
Generally, hail damage is considered a comprehensive claim and typically does not affect your insurance premium. However, it's always a good idea to double check with your insurance provider to be completely sure. Is there anything else you would like to know?
No, that's all.
I will try to connect you with Randy or one of our representatives. If they are busy, it might be easier for you to text them at this number. Simply text your name and the appointment needed, and we will get right back to you.
All right, I'm going to hang up right there because it's about to do the call forwarding. But as you can see right there, that was pretty cool. We got it going right when they said they need to get their vehicle repaired. We're answering questions and we're forwarding them to the technicians. Now, you have another use case on here, Randy. You get insurance companies who maybe have some questions about a car at the shop, or they may be wanting to go over what they might pay. So why don't you go ahead and talk us through what we want to do in that case?
So on both sides, most of our customers and adjusters call and have the same questions with an insurance company. So that's what I love about this Votel is because all the customers come in. We have it kind of programmed to answer all those questions. It's going to save me so much time. I'm so excited about this. With the insurance adjusters, we're programming it to actually insurance companies do a lot of delayed deny defend on their claims. So a lot of times they'll call and say we're not paying for this panel to be repaired or the way you've got it written, they're not paying for it. And the goal here is to have our Dixie help tie them up and explain to them why they need to, and keep them on the phone for a longer period of time where they're just talking to them versus wasting of our time telling us all the time that they're not going to pay for something. So I'm excited about this branch where it will branch off and take some of that load off of us.
All right, perfect. And when you say tie up their time, I mean, We can tell the AI to like read him some bedtime stories if you want, or we can tell him to hold on a moment. What do you want to do here?
No, so no, really. I mean, I'm gonna, I guess as we go forward with this, I can see one spot we need to change right up there on ask and save. The first question
Uh-huh.
needs to be asked. We need to ask them what their name is and what
Uh-huh.
insurance company they represent,
Okay, perfect.
and then ask
So,
about what customer they're calling about, and then onto the claim number. So that probably needs to be a 4-stage, or add two more thing, another ask and save on there in
all
between
right,
there.
perfect. So yeah, right after someone says they represent an insurance company, we are going to this ask and save step and ask which customer you're calling about, what's the claim number. We can go ahead and just add another question here. What's your first name? And we'll go ahead and save that. Now, I do like to save these fields to the contacts. I'm just going to flip this switch on here, and we're going to save this to the first name field. That's perfect. Next, I'm going to add another question here. I'm going to say, what's your last name? What's your last name? Same thing with this. I'm going to save this to the contact. And so the reason we do that is because I want to see this when I'm looking at the CRM. I got the contact in front of me, right? If I don't check this, then I'm only able to use these answers basically in the same workflow or in the same agent, like sending emails and that sort of stuff.
And let's
But we
add
saved
one,
it.
if we can add. I don't mean it. We need to ask two more questions in that whole part. One would be, what is their the phone number, just in case we get disconnected. Adjusters typically don't like to give us their numbers, but at least we could ask that. And then the second thing would be, is what insurance company do you represent?
Okay. Okay, so what's your phone number in case we get disconnected? Again, I'm going to save that to the contact. That's going to be a phone number. I'll save it as phone. And then the other question you had was, what company do you represent, right?
What insurance company do they represent? Yes.
Okay. What insurance company do you represent? My speech to text and didn't catch that here. So what insurance company do you represent? And we're going to go ahead and save this to the contact as the company. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and change the order of these questions a little bit. You might get first name, last name, company. So let's do that. And then phone number, which customer you're calling about, and then claim number. That look good to you?
I'm looking. Oh,
Okay.
you moved it away there. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to save that. So right after that, it says, great, what can I help you with? All right. And this is that open-ended question here. There is no path after that. So the AI is going to be here making general conversation with them based on that system prompt. So that's the way we have it now. And so we can go ahead and anything else you want to add here on that?
I don't believe so. Not currently.
Okay, perfect. And so then
Because
at
as
the
soon as they
bottom,
refuse to pay for, yeah, as soon as they refuse to pay for something, that's always it. They're gonna come down here, and that's where this is gonna take over.
yeah, and so we got this node here at the bottom, and you look at this, like this isn't connected to anything, right? It's just kind of sitting by itself. You can kind of think of this as a trigger, right? It's a global node. And so what this means is any time during the conversation, if someone says something matching these instructions, the AI can actually jump off track and jump to this node. All right. So we're saying anytime the insurance company wants to change an estimate or won't pay, right? And we're saying AI, go here when the insurance company is calling to change, deny, not pay, etc. And so you can hit this anywhere. All right. So let me just show you an example of that right here. I can say it after it asks the questions. I can say it as soon as it answers the phone. So I'll go ahead and click on test right here. Give it a shot.
Thank you for calling Dentrust. My name is Dixie. May I ask whether you are representing an insurance company or looking to have your vehicle's hail repaired?
Yeah, I'm with an insurance company, but you know what? We're looking to not pay anything on this estimate.
I understand your position. To assist you further, may I have your first name, please?
And you'll see what it did right here. So this is an example where the AI actually had two good options to pick, right? The first one here is going to be caller represents an insurance company, right? Which is true. That's what
Are you
I
still
just
there?
said. And then the other match was, insurance company wants to change estimates or not pay. So it had two possible options. So it still did go down one of the correct paths here. Yes, I'm still here. My first name is Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew. And what is your last name?
Scott.
Got it. Andrew Scott. Could you please tell me the name of the insurance company you represent?
Yeah, I'm with Allstate.
Thanks for that, Andrew. Could I get a phone number where we can reach you in case we get disconnected?
Sure, it's 714-555-1212.
Perfect. Thanks. Now, could you please tell me which customer you are calling about?
Yeah, I'm calling about this customer. His name is Andy Brown.
Thank you for that, Andrew. Lastly, could you provide the claim number for this customer?
Yeah, it is XYZ456.
Great. What can I help you with?
Yeah, I'm calling because we don't want to pay for anything that you guys submitted.
Anything to do with changing estimates needs to be explained in detail, line by line, then sent to us at allabouthail@icloud.com. Again, this email is allabouthail@icloud.com. This will help us explain to your customer why you are refusing to pay for this part of the repair. Please forward your revised estimate to our email address, and we will review it and respond via email. Again, our email is allabouthail@icloud.com. Thank you for calling and have a nice day. Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
All right, perfect. So it did just end the call there. One thing I noticed here is you had a duplicate. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. So the hang up step does already say that. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to remove it from this one, so it's not saying it twice. But that was the perfect example of the global node taking over, right? I said I was an insurance company. I don't want to pay. And it just jumped off track, went to this global node as expected. Now, you wanted to, do you want to do anything else in here to kind of customize this or make it any better?
Yes, I'm going to. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't think I have time to do all that right now, but where would I do that at when I do it?
Perfect. So the biggest thing is when you're coming in here, if there's ever a spot where you're like, you know what, I want to add a node between these two nodes, just click this plus button, right? And the most popular
Okay.
node, right, to say something on the phone is going to be the conversation node. So you click on that. And since I clicked on the plus button, it's just putting it in between these two, right? So you can always just hook
Yep.
it up that way. So
Okay.
adding nodes is pretty easy in that regards. Another little
Yep.
trick we made to make it easier is when you're trying to connect a node, you can just drag it on top of that little box right here, and it just automatically connects it. So it makes working in
Okay.
here a little bit easier. But overall, I think this was great. You know, the other thing we did on your agent is we added a second workflow, right? So inside, you can have as many workflows as you want inside one agent. This one is being triggered when a call ends. So when the call ends, we're going to go ahead and send that new lead notification to the business so they can get notified of that new lead, which is great. And that's pretty much it.
Okay,
So
can we
I
set
want to
that
say,
up for Mike? Can we set that up for the adjuster as well?
mhm,
Is that set up where that's all going to
absolutely,
come to me?
absolutely. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's do that right now. So in here, we got the ask and save node, right? We're asking the insurance adjuster some questions. And then we say, great, what can I help you with? Now I want to make some space here, and I'm going to click the plus button because we're going to say, let's send an email in between here. Great. Now we got this email step connected. And so on here, and we're still waiting on your domain to be connected for the from email address. But we're going to go ahead and say, let's send this to you, the business, right? You want to get this? Oh, hail iCloud.com. All right, perfect. And this is going to be an insurance company called. And so inside here, this is where we can start building the body of the email that we're going to be sending you in here. So we can go ahead and look at one of the steps. Now we have this ask and save step, right? And that ask and save step is asking questions. So we're able to use those questions or those answers as variables here. So I'm going to come in here and say ask and save. We're going to say first name. We're going to say last name. And so I'm just clicking this little plus button here, and I'm pulling up the variables. We got variables, global variables, contact variables, step variables. And so we got first name, last name, insurance company. And then I'm going to put a new line. I'm going to do that again. This time we're going to do the phone number in case you get disconnected. That was one of the questions. And next I'm going to do claim number. All right, so now we got all the answers right here, and I'm just going to prefix it with some text so it looks good in the email. So we're going to say first name, last name, I'll say company, say phone, and we'll say claim number. All right, perfect. So now you're going to get this email, and it's going to have all that details. We can even make this bold a little bit, look a little better. And if we want to customize this more and put like logos and stuff like that, we can do that. But since this email is just going to you, right? You know, we'll just keep it simple.
Okay.
So there we go. We can even put the insurance company name in the subject title. I think that'll be a nice touch. So I'm going to say insurance company called, and we'll put the insurance company name. That's it.
I like that.
Right now it is highlighted red again because you got to select your email channel or email domain. So you will need to do that in order for the email to be sent. But it does allow us to save it, even though it's not completely set up with the email domain.
Okay.
So anything else?
Will it give me a general summary of what they're calling about, or?
That's a great question. That's a really great question. So, and that's actually how we can improve this call ended workflow. So today, after the call ends, right, we're sending the customer's name, their phone number, the year, make, and model of the car that they were calling about. But the system automatically generates a call summary. And so if I click to add the variable, you can see, I think I'm going to search for it. I think it's called summary in here, call summary. Here you go, under the contact tab. So I can put in the call summary here, and the AI is going to give you a summary, and that's going to be automatic. We also have the transcript, right? So if I want to include that in the email as well, I can go ahead and search for that. Let's see, call transcript. So here's the transcript of the call. Here's the call summary. And if we want to make this even cooler, right, and you want to say, like, you know, how did that call go? I want to hear it. We can even put the recording URL in here as well. So we got recording URL. So you'll have all these in the email right at your fingertips as soon as the call ends. And it'll make it really convenient way to dive into the details if you need to. And this can be a great way too to kind of optimize your AI. You might find people ask questions you didn't anticipate, and you need to go update the training and go, you know, add some more FAQs because someone asked like some odd question, right? So having the summary and the transcript will let you really kind of QA that, make sure it's doing everything the way you want it.
So that's for my customer. But what about for that adjuster? Can we move that to the end of the conversation, that email?
So this one's firing when the call ends. So when the call ends, it's sending this email. So it's going to go
Okay,
out for all call ending. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you go up to where that adjuster's point was,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Oh, you want to change this email too to
Yeah.
include?
So
Mhm.
yeah, because or at least it or remove that and just put it towards the end of the conversation would make
Got it,
sense to
got
me.
it. So
Am I wrong?
what we can do, because the call summary only happens once the call is done, right? The call has to be finished in order to send a summary. So something we could do instead is we could move this step here to the call, sorry, this email here to the call ended trigger. And there is a feature where you can like drag these between flows. I'm trying to remember which key it is to press down. There it is. If you hold down control, you can actually move your nodes to different workflows in the same agent. So another cool little trick right there. So I just dragged this email node over here. And what we can actually do is just tag people, right? I'm going to tag this guy as an insurance company. So I'm going to say add tag. And we're going to say this guy is insurance. Great. We're going to add a tag. And then we're going to add another tag here if they're not insurance, right? So if it's a customer, we're going to tag them as, what do you want to tag them as? Just client?
My
Sound
client's
good?
fine, yeah.
Perfect. All right. So now we got two different types of contacts. We got clients and we got insurance adjusters. So now when the
Yep.
call ends, since we want to get that call summary, I'm going to go ahead and put in a decision node or condition. Let's see, condition node, decision node. And so on here, I'm going to create two paths. And this path is going to be called insurance. This path is going to be called client. Right? And I'll show you why I'm doing this in a second. So we're going to say if the tag is client for this one. And on this one, we're going to say if the tag is insurance. All right, so we got two branches, and we can have as many branches in the decision node as we want. But if it's a insurance company, we're going to send this insurance email to you. If it's a client, we're going to send this client email to you. Now, in the client email, we added the summary, the transcript, the recording. I can copy that because I want to put that on the insurance email now. Right?
Okay.
And so that's how we can get both of these to have that same transcript, call summary, call recording. We got to do it after the call ends. So we're using the call ended trigger here. All right. What do you think now?
I love it. Can't wait.
Awesome.
I can't wait.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, look, Randy, I really appreciate you joining us on here today. This is a big help, so the community can see, how we build these things and how we're tackling different problems for different industries. So again, I really thank you for taking the time to jump on here with me today. And if you guys want to see other topics and other videos, or if you even want me to build your AI agents, please drop something in the comments below. We're always looking for fun, new ideas, new challenging ideas, and we want to really push the limits of these AI agents and see what they can do. So I appreciate you guys joining me today, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.